Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to be making my favourite bread in the world, the focaccia. To start, you will want to measure out 500 grams of strong white flour. This might also be marked as bread flour. Measure out 325 millilitres of warm water and add in one 7-gram sachet of dry yeast. You want to make sure this water is warm enough to activate the yeast, but not too hot as to kill it. You can tell the yeast is activating when small bubbles will start to appear at the top of the mixture. Next in, we add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. Give that a little stir to make sure everything is all incorporated. Add the water and the yeast mixture into the flour along with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Start to mix that up with a spoon until a shaggy dough starts to form. Now you want to turn that dough onto your work surface. You will want to knead this now for about 10 minutes. Don't forget to add a little flour to the bench if the dough gets too sticky. A good way I've found of kneading the dough is to push the dough away from you whilst rotating your hand, which will form a lump of dough for you to repeat this with the other hand. You can also use a stand mixer here if you like, as kneading for 10 minutes can be a bit tiring. Once the dough is nice and smooth, put it into an oiled bowl and cover that with a damp towel. This will now be rested for about an hour to an hour and a half in a warm place. The best place I've found for this is my oven with just the bulb on. Once your dough has doubled in size, or in this case more than doubled, oil a baking tray with a few tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Deflate the dough by pressing down on it and letting the gases escape. Tip the dough onto the tray and start to work it into the edges and corners. This part can be a wee bit tricky, but just keep gently working it in and you'll get there eventually. You can now cover the tray with cling film and put the dough back in the oven, just with the light on for about half an hour for its second rise. You can see after the second rise that the cling film is starting to balloon due to the gas being released, and the dough has plumped up quite nicely. Dip your hands into some water and start pressing your fingers into the dough. This, along with the olive oil, are what gives the focaccia its distinctive flavour and looks. I've chosen to flavour the focaccia with some fresh rosemary and sea salt flakes, but there are countless ways that you can flavour your focaccia, like roast garlic, olives, sun-dried tomatoes, anything really. You can just let your imagination run wild. Give the focaccia a very generous dousing of extra virgin olive oil, trying your best to get most of the little dimples filled with oil. I like to cover the tray again with cling film whilst the oven is heating up to temperature. You want to bake this in an oven at a temperature of 220 degrees Celsius, gas mark 7 or 430 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. I had this in for about 18 minutes. When the focaccia is done, transfer it to a wire rack to cool. If you're like me, this cooling process won't take long at all, as you will just want to dig straight in. And why would you not? This bread is fantastic, freshly baked and warm. My favourite thing is to use it for sandwiches, dipping in some nice olive oil or balsamic, or simply on its own. I hope all you folks enjoyed that video. I would greatly appreciate if you subscribed and left a thumbs up, as it really does mean a lot to me. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.